Today, we are going to take a look at the luckiest Magic the Gathering top decks ever caught on camera. Our first top deck is legendary. It took place at the 2012 World Magic Cup, featuring Team USA composed of pro players Brian Kibler, Luis Scott Vargas, Alex Benek, and Joe Panaccio. And they are up against Team Taiwan, led by team captain Tsu Ching Kuo. The deciding match comes down to Brian Kibler, who's completely stabilized the board and is in a position to win the game with a dominating Olivia Valderin that has 6 counters on her. Olivia has left Team Taiwan with not only an empty board, but only one turn of hope because she's poised to kill them next turn. Team Taiwan has 1 turn to turn this around.
Go.
Team Taiwan top decks Bonfire of the Damned. An X damage spell played for its miracle cost, they tapped all their lands to one-shot Kibler to death.
You know, sort of struggled back to gain control of a situation where I was really behind with Olivia Valderin. I actually had Olivia up to 9-9, it killed all my opponent's creatures, and he was dead next turn, and he miracled the bonfire to kill me.
I mean, you look at their faces, Team USA felt completely robbed. Police, I'd like to report a robbery. Many years later, Wizards of the Coast would reprint Bonfire of the Damned, and they even got Brian Kibler to spoil it. But it's just proof that miracles do happen. This next top deck has been coined the top deck of the century.
Alright, Olivier sacrifices that token to Plague Visaka, shrinking an Isamaru and killing Kurde. Presumably, yeah, he now sacrifices the Ravenous Rat as well to finish off Isamaru. Craig maybe should have chump blocked 1 turn earlier. Now he's been denied the chance. He's down to a lone Watch Wolf.
So Craig Jones is in a sticky situation, with only 1 creature in play. His opponent has an army ready to kill him. But he's got this Char in his hand, which deals 4 damage to target creature or player, and it deals 2 damage to you.
Ollie's gonna bring, looks like everybody, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential power. Nah, sends 3 of it. Protection from white means Craig does not have the option to chump block here.
Craig's going to char that.
Oh, he chars Ollie's face. You char to the face and knock the top of your deck. That's the play. Craig's down to 3. He's down to 3. He's got 1 draw phase. He's looking at the top. All right, char. Char you. I like the play.
Craig Jones says, screw it, you only live once. We're sending this 4 damage straight to the face. Oliver's gonna go down to 3, and we're gonna hope to top deck 1 more burn spell. Craig's gonna roll that MTG roulette wheel, and he's betting on red.
The crowd is
Come
into
on,
it.
Zach.
What is on top of the deck? What is on top of the deck? Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god! Oh my god! Craig Jones is through to finals! Oh my god! Oh, he collapses. Craig Jones is jumping up and down.
Sometimes you just have to believe in the heart of the cards.
All right, Nassif needs to draw threats. Ooh, Thoughtseize. Sees nothing. Sees Reflecting Pool. Yeah, Gabriel Nassif playing off the top of the deck. That's what we talked about. This is Orsini Jones's plan. Get some threats.
Pro player Gabriel Nassif has completely run out of gas with his control deck against Orsini Jones, who's attacking Nassif from 8 down to 4 and will have him dead by next turn. But Nassif doesn't have nothing. He's got one thing going for him. He's one of the luckiest pro players ever in Magic the Gathering. He's the guy that survived 1 million copies of Ignite Memories. He might as well be winning here. Don't believe me? Let's take a look at the action.
Top deck or no? Nassif forced to play off the top of his deck. He's going to slow roll all of us, himself included. He's drawn the card face down in front of him, and he hasn't even looked at it yet. He's trying to figure out, what can it be? What do I need it to be? Arrange my lands. He's got a sort of sly smile on his face.
My ultimatum mana.
Oh, there's his ultimatum mana. That's the card that he wants. Cruel Ultimatum is the card he's hoping to top deck. And... Oh! Oh my God! Ultimatum! Off the top! Wow! He arranged the mana in the shape of the one spell that he had to draw.
Form of
Oh my
Cruel
goodness! Form of Cruel Ultimatum.
I think you have more fans than I do.
Nassif top decks Cruel Ultimatum. His opponent has to sacrifice a creature, discard 3 cards, and lose 5 life. Then he gets to return a creature card from the graveyard to his hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life. The tables have completely turned, but this is just another day in the life for Gabriel Nassif. I mean, he knew it was coming. He even set up his lands to do it.
2 4/4 dragons and a smile. There's the handshake. Gabriel Nassif wins 3 games to 2. Needed to get a little lucky there in game 5 and did. Wow.
Hey, you don't need to get lucky when it's your job. This next lucky top deck comes down to pro players Brian Kibler versus John Finkel. Kibler's not doing so hot. He's got this giant primeval titan locked down by John Finkel's Dungeon Geist, which when it enters the battlefield taps a creature an opponent controls, and it will stay tapped so long as John controls that Dungeon Geist. Kibler has a Whip Flare in hand, which can deal 2 damage to each non-artifact creature, but unfortunately, the Dungeon Geist has 3 toughness. And when it rains, it pours, because John's Spirit deck is gonna get worse before it gets better.
Capitan.
See a lingering souls. Here comes the captain.
Drug Skull Captain.
Here comes.
Phantasmal image. Copying the captain.
John plays Drogskull Captain, which gives all his other spirits +1/+1 and hexproof, which means they can't be targeted by Kibler. He then follows it up by copying the Drogskull Captain with Phantasmal Image, making a duplicate on the battlefield. With 2 Drogskull Captains in play, he's got 17 power flying in the air, and Kibler's gonna be dead in 2 turns.
So they're all 3/3.
Danger, Brian Kibler.
They're
there
all
he
hexproof,
is.
except for the Dungeon Geist, which is 5/5.
Oh,
Animate 1.
is John Finkel on the verge?
He is certainly on the verge. Attack for 11. Kind of at the top of Brian Kibler's deck. He had a Slag Storm.
5/5. Yeah.
Is
Tasty.
does a lot of work for me. He also has a Whip Flare, so perhaps like if he draws another one of those, he's far from out, but he can't draw anything targeted.
Sure.
He can't Inferno Titan. He can't Galvanic Blast. All of those spirits have hexproof.
Block, pump itself for 1.
Put 2 counters on the Dungeon Geist.
So I take,
Oh, and now in the
take 6. So you get over.
now a lot of people think Finkel's going to win this. It's all flipped around.
Is it a Slag Storm?
Is it a Slag Storm, says John Finkel.
It is.
It is double Whip Flare.
Are you for real?
I want to do this.
So in the true spirit of this video, Kibler top decks a second Whip Flare. He can deal 4 damage to all creatures in play, killing everything except his 6/6 Primeval Titan.
Come on,
That's
man.
first, but
If you look at the 2 players, there is so much adrenaline going on there. It is untrue.
So John's spirits got crushed, both literally and figuratively. After that blowout, pro player John Finkel couldn't recover and Kibler won the game. Which of these top decks are your favorite? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash like for the heart of the cards, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you believe it's better to be lucky than to be good.